Hey, Scott Machine Gun Dad, welcome back to my channel. This is another Pennsylvania rural gun shop find video. I'm still recovering from my surgery. As you can see, I'm not wearing a sling, but it's pretty much useless. It's a New Bethlehem, PA. Came across Vernizzi's Gun Works. Their phone number should appear in here somewhere. And I talked to the owner for a while, and he showed me an old pistol. And then he pulled a magazine out, and I had guns up for bids on an auction site. I'm like, I don't know if I want to do that, kind of like a whiny little 3-year-old. And then we went back home, and then I'm like, Scott, you didn't follow your own advice, dumbass. You know, if you come across something used that you've never seen before or you want, you should buy it. And maybe eat ramen for 2 more weeks. Well, in this case, he had a factory used E16 round 45 ACP mag. Not uber rare, but he was kind enough to let go of it. You don't see these in the wild in Pennsylvania very often. He didn't give me a super good price. I mean, it wasn't like $20, but he gave me a solid price. The other thing he gave that I found there was a Star pistol. And I don't know anything about Star pistols, but it looked like a 1911, and I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool. So he gave me a few bucks off of what he was asking, and I bought it. So what did I buy? Well, most of us that buy surplus nowadays are familiar with the Star Model B, because a whole ton of them came in surplus. And the Bs, the Super Bs. Before the B was the A, that makes sense, right? From my reading, now take into account I am not a historian, but from my reading, before the A was the model 1921 and then the model of 1922. The model 1921 kind of looks like this, but has a grip safety. They took that off and started making the model of 1922. They made a model of 1922 from 22 to 31. After 31, I'm not sure, I didn't understand if they started calling it the Model A and they made some more changes, or if they started calling it the Model A during the 1922 production, because they did tweak it as they went along. One of the first tweaks they did between the first generation 1922 and the second generation is they changed the extractor to a standard, more like a rounded on the end. Before it had a little T here. So this makes this the second generation, which would have been produced 24 to 31, I think. So it's kind of hard to date my gun, because everybody says, well, there'll be a letter prefix here, and we're going to do an in-depth on this and shoot it, but there should be a letter prefix. And then on the Star info page, it says, well, if it doesn't have a little letter prefix, it's a really old gun. That really narrows it down. It's a really old gun. It's real early production. So I had to do process of elimination, because none of them had markings like mine. This gun was made between 1924 and 1926. The reason I said that is, in 1924 they went to the second generation. In 1927, the Spanish government started putting proof marks on their guns, especially since this is made at in Eibar, EIBAR, Spain. Specifically says that they set up a proof house in Eibar, Spain in 27. So, second generation started 24. 27, they started putting proof marks on it. This gun never had any proof marks on it. 24 to 26. So, middle of nowhere in Pennsylvania, I found a pretty rare Star pistol. That's why you got to keep hitting these rural gun shops. You got to talk to people. Don't just walk in and walk around like you got your thumb up the ass and you're better than they are. Most of the times they're probably better than I am. And second of all, you take the time to talk to them. Sometimes you find some pretty damn nice people, and it's a pretty interesting stuff to buy. As always, thanks for coming to the channel. I would like you, if you're following me on YouTube, to also follow me on Rumble. Someday it'd be nice to get both of them up higher, but Rumble's just languishing below 1,000. See you soon.